Hello students, in this video I'm going to show you how you can graph your data for the Superman Force Lab. So I have some data here that I made up. It should look somewhat similar to yours. So I varied the force acting on the cart in increments of 2 newtons. So notice that I put just the number 2. If I had put 2 newtons, it would jump it over to the left side, and that means it's thinking of it as just text and it won't be able to graph it as a number. So we're going to do just numbers here. We'll put the units up on top. So in the next column I have mass of the cart in kilograms, which I did not vary, and I measured acceleration 3 times, and I want to use Google Sheets to automatically calculate the average for me. So I'm going to go to the cell where I want the average to be. I'm going to go to the drop down menu, click average, and highlight these 3 numbers and hit enter. I'm going to now take that equation that I just put in there, or we call it a formula, and I'm going to copy and paste it all the way down using that little blue square. And so now when I click on this, it's now averaging the next row of numbers. Now one thing about this is I clearly don't know the average acceleration or the acceleration average to that many digits. So what I'm going to do here is a little trick to get it to give you the number of decimal points that you want. Highlight the numbers, go to Format, Number, and in this case I'm going to click on this one, which has 2 decimal places. Okay, so now it comes time to graphing the data. I'm going to click on the first column. I'm going to graph force as my independent variable versus acceleration as my dependent variable. So I highlight the first column A, go to Insert Chart. First thing I'm going to do is click on this little grid here to pick More Data. So now I'm going to click this column F and hit OK. And I'm going to tell it to make a scatter plot. And then I can customize by adding a title. And here I'm going to say force versus acceleration. So it's always good to identify the 2 variables in your title and then describe the context. For a cart being pulled by a falling mass. Okay, and done. So here's my graph, although I'm not really done because I haven't labeled these axes yet. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to put in acceleration, meters per second per second. I'm going to change the font size to 20 because we're going to be viewing these in class. And we have force in newtons. Alright. What else can I do? I can see that this data is linear, so I'm going to do a best fit line. I'm going to click on one of those data points. I'm going to go to this drop down menu here and say linear. Some of your data might not appear to be linear, so in that particular case you may be doing what we call polynomial fit, and you can call me over and I can help you with that if it gets to that point. Okay, so I don't really need the legend here because I only have one data set here. So I'm going to right click and say clear legend. Alright, and I'm just going to move this over a little bit so that we can still see all the data. At this point here, you should share it with all the people in your group. Actually, you should do that first, but also share it with me. So Mr.